Hey all, I don't know what happened there. It just went blank, so I deeply apologize for that. That's what happens with live video. Just like you may see my dogs come in here. So we were at, boy, anticlimactic, huh? We were at this figure 4 balancing pose. So let's just move back into that. And I'm so sorry. These things happen though, right? When you're live. So we're in our balancing pose at the top of our mat. Couple deep breaths here. See, that's another live conundrum, if you will. The dog will occasionally bark. And then we'll exhale and come out of that figure 4 balancing stretch. Inhale, you're at the top of your mat. I'm gonna move toward the top of my mat. Exhale, come into your full forward fold, whatever that may look like for you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, take a nice big step, bring the left foot back and down. Remember, the heel moves away from the front foot and the toes move slightly toward the front foot. So we're here now in this warrior 1 on the right side. Pull the elbows toward each other, square the hips on your inhalation. On your exhalation, begin to drape, hinging from the right hip crease, begin to drape your chest over your right thigh. Take your right hand to the outside of your thigh or your calf and have your right hand on your hip in this twist, this warrior 1 twist. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale, release the left hand, come up. Exhale, take the back foot up to the front foot. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hinge from the hip crease. And just stay here in your forward fold. Grab an elbow if you can. Maybe rock from side to side. Hi, Rufus. Now we're going to inhale, lift the chest slightly. Exhale, take the right foot over the left. So now your feet are crossed. Inhale, lift the chest once again. Exhale, move into this forward fold with, trying to move into the lengthening the outer hip. Hands can be on the mat, hands can be at the shin, on your thigh if this is all you can do here, wherever you're at. Remember, no judgment in yoga. Inhale, lift the chest and release the right foot. Exhale, take the left foot over the right foot. Inhale, lift the chest, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and then begin to lengthen over and fold over the legs. Inhale, bring the chest up, release the left leg. Exhale, come into your forward fold again. And then inhale, come all the way up, pressing into the feet. Exhale, draw the arms alongside the torso. Okay, so let's move to our mat on the floor. We're going to come into this wide-legged seated fold. Now, if this is unavailable to you today, if opening your legs, wide-ish is not available, you can always do this half butterfly seated fold, if you will. So wherever you're at, I'll just demonstrate this because more people often than not are, if you're definitely a non-yogi, you're more at this particular state. But if you're not and you want your feet nice and wide, you can do that, okay? Your legs nice and wide. So take your right knee bent. Your left leg, your hip, your knee, your ankle, your toes are all aligned. Flex the left foot, have the toes facing your torso. And then really try to find yourself seated in some beautiful postures. So try to feel your sits bones and draw the shoulder blades on the back and away from the ears and the navel toward the spine. Take a nice deep inhalation. And on your exhalation, you may either fold forward if that feels super yummy, and you just fold wherever you can. You know, some of us may be right here and be like, oh my gosh, this is torture. Or you have the option to make it into a little bit of a side stretch too by taking your left hand alongside your left leg and then reaching into the pose toward the left leg, okay? But as we have done this entire practice, try to pull your chest forward and down. Not your chin, but your breastbone forward and down in the pose. And then just relax into it. Keep that left leg nice and active by flexing the foot and reaching with the heel. Trying to press your thigh bone into the space below. 2 more deep breaths here. All right, inhale and come up. Exhale, we will move to the other side. If you're in this half butterfly, flex your right foot so that it's in line with the knee and the hip. You'll take an inhalation here with your beautiful posture. Your exhalation, you may choose to either move forward and round out, or once again, you can move toward your right leg. Two more deep breaths here, friends. All right, and release. Use your hand to bring your knees up. And let's go ahead and come onto the middle of our mat, seated. Let's roll onto our back. Have the shoulders moving away from the ears. The arms are alongside the torso with the palms facing down. Bring the heels close to the buttocks as you possibly can, and just slightly pigeon toe. And we're just gonna work through some really gentle bridges here. So on your inhalation, you'll begin to peel your pelvis up off the floor by pressing into your feet and pressing into the whole length of your arms and your shoulders. You'll inhale up, knees move toward each other. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, press into the feet, press into the whole length of the arms and the backs of the shoulders. The chest moves toward the chin. Exhale, down. Inhale, a few more of these. Really try and press into the arms and the shoulders to lift the chest up. Two more. And knees and shins move away from the face. Yes. Exhale down, one vertebrae at a time. Last one here. Inhale, come all the way up, pressing into the feet. Move the shins toward the front of your mat. And then maybe, just maybe, you draw the arms underneath the buttocks in the back. You press the entire length of the arm, and maybe you make a fist and you draw your breastbone towards your chin. And then exhale, release. Slowly keep the knees bent. Bring the arms out into a T. Take a nice inhalation and press into your feet. Shift your hips just slightly toward the left, and then drop your knees to the right. You may use your hands your right hand to help assist Just a tiny little bit, no forcing these knees down toward the floor. We don't want to cause any injury or pain. And keep the left shoulder moving into the mat. Couple deep breaths here, really feeling the lengthening on the whole left side of the body. And then exhale, release. Bring the knees to center. Plant the feet down. Shift the hips to normal, just being on the mat below. Take a nice inhalation, press into the feet, shift the hips slightly to the right, and then drop the knees to the left. You can use the hand once again to gently guide the knees closer to the floor, but not forcing. And keep the right shoulder moving away from the ear and then pressing into the surface below. Breathe. All right, take an inhalation, draw the knees in toward the chest, bring the feet to the mat, shift so that your low back, your buttocks are on the surface below. And then bring the knees to your chest nice and wide and rock back and forth. We call this happy baby. Happy baby for a lot of people is like this, with the hands on the feet, stretching through. I like to just grab my calves because I like to keep my tailbone moving in toward the mat, down toward the mat. So when I grab my feet, I'm like actually rounding my back, right? So grab wherever it feels cozy and yummy and where you feel a nice stretch. So now we lengthen one leg at a time. And we move into that pose that we started today's class with. Sort of this lying down pose. In yoga, we call this Shavasana. It's corpse pose. And this is our relaxation pose after every practice. It's super important to do after every practice. So the palms face up, the shoulders are away from the ears, and gently releasing into the mat below. And you bring your awareness back to your breath once again, your normal breath. And with each breath, you try to relax deeper and deeper, feeling your body sinking into the earth. Feeling cradled and supported. We surrender, allowing every part of the body to soften. We soften through the forehead and the eyebrows, the eyelids and the cheeks, jaw, the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the ankles and the feet, the fingers and the wrists, the elbows. Just allow everything to let go and not grip at all. Just surrender into the surface below. to bring your awareness to your practice this morning in this space. Begin with gentle movements in your fingers and your toes. Maybe rock your head gently side to side, nice and softly. And bring your right arm overhead and roll to your right side, pausing here for a nice deep breath. Exhale. And gently continue to roll to your right side. Use your hands and your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So maybe on your knees, maybe cross-legged or crisscross applesauce, whatever you call it. Bring your palms to where your breastbone is and bow your elbows out, drawing the shoulder blades on the back, away from the ears. Dip the chin slightly, lift through the crown of the head, and have this beautiful posture, not just now, but every day. This is how your posture should be. I thank you all so very much for allowing me the honor of guiding you through this technically glitched video today of yoga for the non-yogis. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we say in yoga, the light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Well, stay tuned on to our page. If you like our Facebook page, you'll see what other classes we'll have coming up. We'll definitely have classes next week. And thanks again. Appreciate it. Have a great day.